Hi there, this is March 29th, Tuesday. It's about 5:30 here. This is a meeting of the Recreation and Parks Committee. My name is Brock Heath. I'm the chair of this, and then we've got Mrs. Oda and Mr. Tremblay. You can probably figure out which one's which. And we're going to be talking about the Strawberry Festival here today. Patrick, would you like to start us off?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Appreciate that.
We are asking the council authorize me to enter into the 2016 agreement with the Troy Strawberry Festival. This is consistent with the agreement that we had last year. In a nutshell, the Strawberry Festival would continue as with a split venue, mostly downtown, but with a presence on the levee. Significant change from last year is there will be no car show. There was not an ability on their part to get one together. And so they will not have one on the, as you might recall, it was on the bridge, Market Street Bridge last year. The bridge will remain closed, however, so it will be a pedestrian walkway that weekend. That worked extremely well. The other change is that the amount that the Strawberry Festival will pay us above and beyond what our typical inflationary amount is that we kind of give them credit for as part of our participation, our sponsorship, will be $7,500. That is down significantly, approximately half of what it was last year. With the car show going away, with some efficiencies that we've seen in talking with the staff, particularly the police and fire chiefs, they're very comfortable with this number. It will recoup our costs. There is, as there has been in the past, a provision that if anything changes significantly, if there are any extraordinary costs, then we go back to the Strawberry Festival for those costs. However, we will mitigate those as much as we possibly can. The other conditions and restrictions remain in effect similar to last year. We did add a provision prohibiting drones and drone activity, since that is becoming more and more popular. We remain, we're concerned that with the proliferation of particularly privately owned drones, that might be an issue, and so you will see that in any other contracts of this nature where we are prohibiting people from bringing drones on the property. That does not mean that we can't work with the Strawberry Festival or whoever the sponsor is of whatever activity if there are marketing drones, video drones that we want to have, but then we can regulate them, we can control and understand where they're going to be, how high they're going to be, so they don't buzz people or become a privacy issue. I believe does that cover everything? And so, again, we're recommending that you authorize me to sign that agreement. We are not asking this to be an emergency.
Thank you for the information. One question I guess that brought up is, do we own the airspace above the festival, so if somebody's sitting off of the festival grounds flying their drone over us, we can
if they
shoot it down. I'll volunteer.
Well, we will not be no guns in we're not allowed to shoot guns in Troy, but once you get to a certain height, it becomes a Federal Aviation Administration issue. So I'm not really concerned about the airspace over that, that high over, because then it becomes a federal issue. Mm-hmm. Really worried about the low flying drones that might impede people or get too close or become a hazard.
I'm just thinking of if somebody's sitting on their porch on one of the houses right there, they're flying their thing over. They're technically not on our property.
Well, if they're in the venue area of the map, then technically they are in the venue, and then we can ask them to keep it on their own property or keep it out of the venue.
Above their own property, I guess. Right.
So that would
new ground, I guess.
It is. So that would, if somebody outside the footprint is flying a drone into the footprint.
That's what I was asking.
It becomes an issue when it comes into the footprint.
Into our airspace.
Have we seen drones in Troy?
We know they're there. They're not a big issue that we're aware of yet. However, it is one of the fastest-growing areas of personal recreational enjoyment, I guess, I suppose.
And I think the big question, the other question was what caused the cost to come down from last year, and I think you answered all of that. So do either of the other committee members have questions?
I have no question, just a comment that this venue, that the combination of the levee and the downtown connected by the bridge seems to be working very well.
Seems to. Now, remember, last year, we had very, very good weather. We're hopeful that we have it again this year, but every year can be unique. So.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
The car show, is that going to be out permanently, or is that just?
Just for this year, I don't think it's a permanent thing.
I know it's
but,
been a very popular thing, and the only thing I heard from last year was that it was very crowded and needed a larger space. But I know people would be sad to see that leave.
I've heard a lot of comments on the parade. Everybody wants the parade back, so.
There will be no parade.
Right. Are there any other questions from anyone else, either on council? Yes, ma'am.
Just one question about the bridge, Market Street Bridge closing. Will there be vehicular traffic along Water Street, going east and west on Water Street? Through that intersection?
No.
Okay. That's my only question.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
The bridge, I will say, will be open for limited access for the Senior Citizen Center like it was last year. That's the only vehicular, and that'll be coned off.
Thank you.
Did you say the bridge will be open for that traffic?
Just for that traffic, it'll
Okay.
be a dedicated lane, it'll be coned off, it'll be
Okay.
very strictly controlled.
Somebody will be allowing, or if they've got a certain pass, they'll let them through.
Something like
Whatever.
that, yes.
Right. Perfect, thank you. Any other questions or comments from out in the audience? She's looking happy over there. No questions out there? How would you like to move forward?
Move forward.
Move forward? Okay, we don't need emergency on this, it sounds like. Our recommendation is to move forward with this. I don't think we have anything else, so we're going to be adjourned.